lunatic, lunatic, lunatic.
Hi,
Hello!
I'm the Wine Lunatic.
All right, I'm not. I'm Vincent
Yeah.
Fritzsche of Vincent Wine Company.
Yes, excellent. Hello, Vincent.
Hello, Wine Lunatic. This is my 2013 Pinot Noir Eola Hills, blend of 3 vineyards. I hope you like it.
So I've actually been following Vincent for quite some time. I know him from the day job, basically, from years ago. Years ago. And tell us what you did.
I manage education programs at Portland State University, and Mike came to a Pinot project management class that we used to do, and I guess we've been kind of buddies ever since.
So what made you decide to go from that to wine?
Well, you know, I still do work in higher education at another institution at Marylhurst University, but I just had a passion for wine. Even back when I met you, I was beginning my apprenticeship in winemaking, and in 2009 I started doing it commercially, and here we are in 2015, and the winery's grown to about 1,000 cases, and we're doing pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Your first vintage was about how many cases?
I did about 200 cases in 2009, all Pinot Noir. Since then I've grown each year, a little bit each year, and now I do Pinot Noir from 4 different vineyards, as well as Chardonnay and Pinot Blanc.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
a lot of fun, a lot of work, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah. So you said you did an apprenticeship in winemaking.
That's right.
Where did you do that?
Well, I worked at a number of different producers. I worked down in California, actually, in 1999 for a maker of Zinfandel and Pinot Noir, I should say Syrah. He worked near some people who made Pinot Noir, including some from Oregon, and that got me thinking about Oregon, and I moved up here the next year. So I was making a little wine at home, but it was only until 2005 started to work at wineries here, like Yves Chamoud, Belpont Winery, Groschaw Cellars, and then by 2009, went sort of live with my own commercial project. After many years of learning with others, taking some classes, continuing ed, as well as just making my own and kind of learning as you go, a real apprenticeship.
So you did a lot of research then before you started making your own wine.
Yeah, essentially what I was doing was trying to learn from people making wine the way I was interested in making, a very handmade, non-industrial size or sort of scope, and with very little kind of inputs and really letting their vineyards speak. So I wanted to learn from people who were taking approaches that I had already found I thought was the right way. And I also wanted to make some wine of my own on the side to kind of, well, prototype it. It's one thing to make good wine.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But if you can do it again the next year and again the next year, and have other people believe it. Be like, wow, you know, you got to sell this commercially. Like, well, that's great, because next year I'm going to. And that's essentially what happened. We kind of try and build up a little reputation. And you might find in this room, among our urban winemakers, Seven Bridges, among others, had these kind of pre-commercial bottlings they did for friends and families. I did the same, and it really got you to a point of your knowledge, but also just a bit of, not notoriety, but you had some people who weren't saying, what, that's crazy, to, oh man, I love your stuff, when can I really buy it? And now here we are.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great, it's really great.
Congratulations, sounds like you're doing great.
Well, you know, Wine Lunatic, we couldn't do it without people like you helping spread the word. We really do appreciate it, so thank you for coming out, and hope you like the wine.
Yeah, and I played a little joke on Vincent a few years ago. I took one of his bottles, and I put a image of Vincent Price on it.
That's right.
It was really quite entertaining.
Yeah, there are a lot of Vincents. It's interesting, people say, oh, Vincent, that's kind of interesting. My last name, Fritzsche, is German. It's hard to say, it's hard to spell. I love it, but Vincent's a lot easier. It just so happens, though, Vincent is the patron saint of winemakers. So it seemed like a very natural thing. I also love Vincent Price. We've been talking about St. Vincent, the singer and guitarist. She's awesome. So there are all these great Vincents around the world, and so I'm part of the Vincent cabal.
Excellent. Did you know Victoria Price is now making wine to honor her father?
I had no idea.
Yes, so you can get actual Vincent Price wine.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
That's great. We'll have to look that up.
Cheers.
All right.